the beginning, the world was a canvas of beauty and peace, painted by the hand of the Almighty. The Garden of Eden stood as the pinnacle of this creation, a sanctuary where every leaf shimmered with life, every stream sang a melody of joy, and the very air was fragrant with the scent of blossoms. At the heart of this paradise lived the first man and woman, Adam and Eve, made in the image of God, living in harmony with all creatures, each other, and their Creator. In the center of Eden stood two trees, the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. God, in His wisdom, commanded Adam and Eve, saying they could eat of every tree except for the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. For the day they ate of it, they would surely die.
Has God indeed said, "You shall not eat of every tree of the garden"?
No, we may eat the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, "You shall not eat it, nor shall you touch it, lest you die."
You will not surely die, for God knows that in the day you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil.
And so, with that bite, the first crack in paradise appeared. The fruit was sweet and filled with a strange power, awakening Eve's senses. She handed the fruit to Adam, who stood nearby, and he too took a bite, and the world changed in an instant. Then they heard the sound of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day. Fear gripped their hearts, and they hid among the trees.
Adam, where are you?
I heard your voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself.
Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree of which I commanded you that you should not eat?
The woman whom you gave to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I ate.
Eve, what is this you have done?
The serpent deceived me, and I ate it.
Because you have done this, you are cursed more than all cattle and more than every beast of the field. On your belly you shall go, and you shall eat dust all the days of your life. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel.
To the woman he said,
I will greatly multiply your sorrow and your conception. In pain you shall bring forth children. Your desire shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you.
Then to Adam he said,
Because you have heeded the voice of your wife, and have eaten from the tree of which I commanded you, saying, You shall not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for your sake. In toil you shall eat of it all the days of your life. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for you, and you shall eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of your face you shall eat bread till you return to the ground, for out of it you were taken. For dust you are, and to dust you shall return.
So God made garments of skin for Adam and his wife, and clothed them. Then he said,
Behold, the man has become like one of us, to know good and evil. And now lest he put out his hand and take also of the tree of life, and eat and live forever.
Therefore the Lord God sent him out of the Garden of Eden to till the ground from which he was taken. He placed cherubim at the east of the Garden of Eden, and a flaming sword which turned every way to guard the way to the tree of life. And so, Adam and Eve began their new life outside the garden. Though cast out from paradise, God's love for them never faded. Even in their punishment, He gave them hope, a promise of redemption. The devil's lie to Eve was that she would be like God, but she was already made in His image. The truth is, we don't need anything from the devil. God has already given us everything we need. We are valuable and loved just as we are. God's forgiveness is greater than any sin. No mistake is too big for His grace. He promises to restore what we have lost, our dignity, self-esteem, and joy. If you feel lost or ashamed, remember that God's love reaches out to you. His mercy offers a chance for a new beginning. Trust in His love, and you will find everything you need. In God, there is forgiveness, healing, and the promise of a future filled with hope.